Have you ever wanted to make something reusable and tweakable without rebuilding from scratch? That's the power of geometry nodes. So why don't you learn it with me? I want to teach you how to create beautiful animations, procedural effects, simulation, and others that you can create using geometry nodes. That will get you up to another stage of learning Blender. So, in the first lesson, let's find out where geometry nodes is. Look at the top bar, and you can find the geometry nodes there. Click on it, and we are almost there. As you can see, there are Geometry Node Editor and our 3D viewport that we can always track and be aware of node setups. You can also adjust the layout for better visibility. It's just on your own preferences. Adding your first geometry node setup, while selecting your object, press New to start setting up your nodes. As you can see, there are two default nodes that are Group Input and Output. It means that the data flows from left to right. Press Shift and A to add new node. Shift plus A, Geometry, Operations, and select Transform Geometry and put it at the middle. Now you can change your object with scaling, rotating, and moving as the way you want. And also you can press Shift and D to duplicate your node and X to delete it. For today's little project, add a plane and new geometry. Nodes, modifier, press Shift, plus A, go to Point and select Distribute Points on Faces. Now our place is converted into small points and you can adjust them if you want. Change Random to Poisson Disk and you can adjust the distance minimum and maximum between point, also Density Factor and Seed to change its distribution. How do we see our plane? Here is your 10 seconds to try to do it before I show you. In order to keep our plane, press Shift, A, go to Geometry, and select Join Geometry and put it before the group output. Now drag the geometry input and plug it into Join Geometry. How do we select our own object as an instance? Here is your 10 seconds to try to do it before I show you. Now from Instances, add Instance on Points and link it with the Distribute node. Drag Instance Input into a free space and add Object Info. Now we are able to distribute our object alongside the plane surface. Homework to you. Add your own object and distribute alongside the surface, and practice those geometry nodes. Follow Blender and enable the notification to watch the next lesson.